only after returning to the scene the next day and discovering the body. He had reported hitting a deer with his car Saturday night.
The body of 55-year-old Joseph Bover of Highmore was discovered Sunday morning. It's not yet clear whether alcohol or speed was a factor, but Ravensborg does have 6 speeding tickets on his record from 2014 to 2018. The driver of a 3-wheel motorcycle has died after being hit by a semi in Wells County, North Dakota. The State Highway Patrol says 77-year-old Robert Hatton of Harvey was killed Saturday at a Highway 15 intersection near Fessenden.
The patrol says the 67-year-old man driving the semi from a grain elevator in Fessenden missed a stop sign and hit Hatton. The semi driver was cited for failing to yield. New this morning, sheriff's officials say recovery crews have located a missing airplane in a water-filled quarry near the Mississippi River in Washington County, Minnesota. 3 people were in that single-engine Cessna when it left Fleming Field in South St. Paul sometime around 2 Sunday afternoon.
The county sheriff says officials were notified that the plane was missing late Sunday night. The wreckage was found in water more than 70 feet deep.
10 minutes before 7. Sounds like we're going to warm up nicely again this afternoon. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Today we're starting off with conditions that are quiet and perhaps a little bit on the hazy side today. I think we're going to see that widespread haze and smoke out there. Here's a look at some photos from last night. This was taken over Detroit Lakes, and that sun looking rather hazy. Roxanne took this photo, and we'll see more of that orange glow that we see in the mornings and evenings, and then just during the day, not much of a blue sky as well. Here's a look at our wildfire smoke forecast. Anywhere yellow and orange or even up to pink, that's where we're looking at higher concentrations of smoke, where we'll notice it in the sky. In the blues, that's where it's a little bit less intense. And so we can see this morning we're going to start off with it over much of the valley. So we head into this evening, perhaps that drifts more into the southern valley, that at least bullseye of heavier smoke. But as we head into tomorrow morning, you can see as we've got some cooler air moving in out of the northwest, that directional change of that air movement may help to reduce the smoke overhead for tomorrow morning. That doesn't mean we'll be free and clear of it, but it might help us out a little bit. You could see it's still out to the west, so it could affect some of our western viewing area tomorrow as well. So again, this is going to be something that's with us from time to time as long as those fires are burning out west. So here's a look at your radar and satellite map. It's quiet. We're looking at some good conditions this morning, just a couple of sprinkles up in the Lake of the Woods area. Visibility has improved in most places, though it does look like we might have a little fog up by Red Lake. And temperatures there into the 50s. Northern Valley, most of us in the 50s there. You can see where the boundary is. Fargo's at 61 right now. It's 64 in Park Rapids and in Wadena. Grand Forks is only at 50, which in comparison to yesterday is still pretty mild just compared to what we're looking at here. We're looking at conditions that are a little bit cooler. Heading into the day today, keeping things relatively dry. Temperatures will warm up quite a bit. Overnight tonight, we're going to see that cooler air start to move in. And as we head into the day tomorrow, we will cool things down significantly. So enjoy that warmer weather today.
All right, thank you, Lisa. High school students in Detroit Lakes will be starting classes at home today after someone at the school tested positive for COVID-19. Classes were called off yesterday so teachers could get ready for online learning.
The state health department notified Detroit Lakes officials over the weekend that the person who's infected was in the school last Wednesday and Thursday. Close contacts have been notified. High school students will be at home now through September 25th. Elementary students will still be in person, and middle school students will continue in the hybrid model. Add Kindred to the list of schools switching things up after learning of COVID exposures. Kindred has 5 cases of COVID-19 in the high school and a large number of close contacts.
Officials say middle and high school students will be doing online learning through September 25th, and all extracurricular activities are suspended for now. Kindred Elementary will continue with face-to-face instruction. 3 staff members at Aurora Elementary School in West Fargo, they're quarantining after a COVID-19 exposure. That's what school leaders say. One of them tested positive and 2 others had close contact with that person.
One of them is Aurora principal Lynn Borman, who's now working remotely. An administrator from another school is at Aurora handling day-to-day operations. Cyberbullying may see an increase as students continue the online learning approach included in their hybrid learning curriculum this fall. So how do you stop it?
The Valley Today's Brian Sherrod joins us live with how to report it and recognize it and what we should all do. Good morning, Brian.
And good morning, Jordan and Lisa. You know, as students are on hybrid learning courses throughout most of their work week, they're most of their work week, they're going to be having to use an increase of technology, kind of like an iPad or even a laptop. What we want to let you guys know is that cyberbullying can increase as well. Depression, low self-esteem, and even suicide are some of the most common and deepest emotions that students can feel when they're being cyberbullied. And one of the worst parts is that it's happening from their peers. That's just in most cases. So of course we can let you guys know what you're supposed to do next. Now, in many cases, someone might think it's just a joke and they say phrases like, just kidding, or don't take it so seriously. If it's hurting your feelings, it is not a joke and considered bullying. Now, if this is happening to you, the first step is telling someone you can trust. That can be your parents, a close family member, or even a friend. If it's in school, tell your teacher, counselor, or even a coach. On many platforms like Facebook and Twitter, report the post, photos, or comments. It will be taken down or removed immediately. Adjust your privacy settings so this person or group of people cannot mention you at all. Now, the internet and its services should never be used to bring people down, and of course there's consequences when it comes to doing that, and the exact term is the restricted use of electronic devices temporarily or permanently. Now, what this means is that you can lose temporary uses or permanent uses when it comes to your social media profiles or even just using services in general. So we also want to let you guys know that this is 100% preventable. So if it is happening, make sure, like we said, to tell someone and get it removed immediately.
Great conversation to have as we're starting a new school year. Brian Sherrod reporting live. Thank you.
Be smart and don't get lazy. That's the word from FargoCast Public Health as we head toward the flu season during a global pandemic as COVID cases spike in Cass County. There are 480 active cases right now. Health leaders say cases are following a trend seen across the nation for areas with more college students.
Experts say the spread of the virus doesn't always happen at a large event. It can happen anytime you come into contact with people outside of your home, whether that be a group of friends or something like a wedding or funeral. There's no vaccine for COVID-19, so social distancing, face masks, and hand washing are the only defense. Let's check out the latest COVID numbers this morning. In North Dakota, there are 255 new cases, along with 2 more deaths. 170 people have died from the illness.
In Minnesota, health officials are reporting 643 new cases, along with 3 new deaths. More than 1,900 deaths have now been attributed to the virus in that state.
North Dakota health officials are running into a roadblock with COVID-19 contact tracing efforts.
They say about a quarter of the people who test positive for the coronavirus are now refusing to answer questions from health department workers. That comes as workers sort through more than 350 COVID-19 cases across 10 public universities in North Dakota. Both NDSU and Minot State University saw about 90 new positive cases each following testing events last week.
We are seeing a growing number of those that we're contacting that are saying, no, I'm not going to reveal my close contacts.
The state university system wants testing to be targeted towards students who are symptomatic, have had close contact with a COVID-19 positive person, work with vulnerable populations, or people who can't easily social distance, like athletes or students taking science labs.
Fargo police are asking you to help support North Dakota Special Olympics by eating out today. The annual Tip-A-Cop, it will look a little different this year because of the pandemic.
Officers will actually be sitting at a table outside of Applebee's on 13th Avenue South from 5 to 9 p.m. Firefighters from Fargo, Grand Forks, and Bemidji are on the way to Oregon to help with wildfires that are burning out of control. Fargo's fire chief says 4 members of his agency will spend 18 days there.
Grand Forks sent 4 firefighters and 1 fire engine, and Bemidji has now also sent 9 people. They are expected to arrive tomorrow, and they will provide support in structural fire protection. More than 1 million acres of land in Oregon have been burned, and more than 30 people have now died in those West Coast fires, and tens of thousands have been evacuated from their homes. Cleanup Week, it's underway in Fargo, and this year it's divided into 2 weeks. This is like a holiday for me here. A and B are different sections, and they're picked up each day of the week, Monday through Friday. Now, for example, the area shaded in white, that was picked up yesterday.
I love to see pictures of people's finds on Facebook.
Oh, I had a full truckload this weekend.
North of University and west of 19th Avenue North next Monday. The area shaded in yellow east of 19th Avenue will be picked up. Each segment of town can be found in a map labeled with the day and shaded to show if you are a week A or B. Your items should be set out before 7 in the morning on your scheduled recycling pickup day. You can find these maps on our website, valleynewslive.com, or also find this story on our VNL News app.
And a reminder, Moorhead is not participating in cleanup week this week, so do not put your stuff out there. You will be charged if you do that and they haul it away. But let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question, 1/3 of women wish that their partner would do this a little bit more.
Oh, this is a great answer. Hold hands. My husband's pretty good at holding hands. I did enjoy a lot of the guesses, though, like do dishes.
Listen.
Listen. That was a very popular guess as well. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. You can join us for more live up-to-the-minute news and weather right now on the Fargo CW.